Hi, this is Sandy Eagon with Keller Williams Realty, and thanks for joining us today. We're going to be talking about 3 common misunderstandings that my really smart sellers make. If you are looking to sell right now or coming up, please click the box asking for your today's home value. And if you're looking to buy, then please click the box asking to search all area homes. Now back to the mistakes that my smart sellers make. Buying and selling real estate is a hot topic, both in the media and in casual conversation. Plus, a lot of people have a lot of experience, but maybe it was 10 years ago or 20 years ago, or maybe it was in Washington or in Arkansas or Florida or Tennessee, and things happen differently in different times in different areas. So there are 3 main things that my sellers seem to be running up to recently, and I just want to talk about them today. First of all, who pays for what? A couple of my sellers have asked me recently, so it's a hot seller's market and I can get the buyer to pay my closing costs, right? No. The seller always pays their own fees. So there's a title fee, there's an escrow fee, there's excise tax, and there's commissions. And remember, the seller pays both for the buyer's agent and for the seller's agent, because when the buyer buys, they don't pay that out of their expenses. So the seller always pays their own fees. Now remember, your prices are reflecting a market where the seller customarily pays those fees. And so you're actually getting the money for it, but just not until the very end. So it's all going to work out in the wash. The second mistake that my smart sellers make is, what is personal property? I had a seller recently, I absolutely adore him, and he was insisting he was going to have the buyer pay him separately and in addition to the purchase price of the house for his propane tank. And it took a while for him to understand that no, in this part of the country, the propane tank goes with the house. Just in the same way that if you are hooked up to natural gas, those lines are going to be coming in, those stay with the property. So does the propane tank if you get your fuel in that way. So the other thing, as far as what is personal property, oftentimes buyers want to say, ooh, will they throw in the lawnmower? Well, that is personal property, and maybe they'll throw it in, maybe they won't. You can always ask, but that is something that you could go ahead and sell to your buyer separately from the house price. The third question is, and these are fairly interrelated, but the third question is, what stays and what goes? So my rule of thumb is that if it's wired in, it stays. If it's screwed in, it usually stays, but let's talk about it. One of the most common misunderstandings is curtains and blinds, and curtains and blinds, curtain rods, all stay with the house. Obviously, they're very personal taste, and you may want to take them with you. So please, if that's something that you want to take with you, take them down ahead of time. Don't let someone else fall in love with your curtains. That has messed up more than one transaction. So some of these things are common sense, but some of them are just a different way to look at it. And it's okay. It doesn't mean you're stupid. It just means that you've looked at something differently, and this is how we do it here. This is why it's so important to talk with your realtor who you can trust to lead you down the right path of making smart decisions. Don't shoot yourself in the foot so you can make a lot of money later on. Thanks so much for joining me. If you do have any questions about selling, what stays, what goes, what you pay for, what you don't, please give me a call. We'd love to talk with you and be your resource. Have an awesome day.